put my paper? I like have notes. There they are. How we doing? How we doing? How we doing, everybody? Check out where I am. Let me show you. Oh, check this out. Oh, isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Oh man, that's great. I'm gonna sit here with my feet up by the fire and pretend I'm talking to my friends, because that's what I'm doing. So, had a neat weekend, mainly because I got to see Lenny and Janelle. Did you guys see the post Lenny put out about Lenny and Janelle? It was so lovey, perfect for Valentine's. Hey, Susan. I wrote some things to share with you tonight that I feel is very important about affordability around ER Shred. I think it's very important. Before I go there, I'll try to go there quickly because I don't want to waste any of your time. Before I go there, just wanted to give a shout out to new hearts of ER Shred we're announcing tonight. I'll just go ahead and do it right now, so I won't keep you waiting. I'm so excited to share. On Valentine's Day, we want to announce as a board that hey Lenny baby, with the heart of ER Shred that is named after Mimi Terrell, we are honoring tonight. It's perfect. It's perfect for today, Valentine's Day, that we honor Jason and Marcole Young. Why is it perfect? Because they are adorable. It's so awesome how they are. They're so obviously in love with one another, and it's just a beautiful thing to see and to witness. And also, they've come on the calls, they've come on everything. They've been so supportive for so long. Jason, I remember when he did that awesome thing with the Superman cape. I remember when they talked about all their, they got healthy, they got well, they got fit, they got looking like they want, feeling like they want, and it improved their love life a lot, which is, why not? Ain't a damn thing wrong with that. Jesse, I gotta go watch what you just challenged me to do, or whatever you did in answer to I'm a little nervous, brother. I am a little nervous, but I'm gonna go check it out. You said something about one-upping me. That's fine as well. We'll go. I'll see what it is in just a minute. I had to go live because I already told everybody I was going live. Jason and Marcole Young, we love you. You are the heart of ER Shred. Thank you for that. You don't have any idea how much it means to all of us. It's the most meaningful thing to ER Shredders. And as a personal friend of yours, I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. You guys are just awesome. So, all of our hearts of ER Shred are awesome. If you don't know who they are, go in the group and search them up. Search up their names and look at all the cool things they've done and posted and everything. I didn't know you were going live either, Jesse, but it's kind of synchronicity because I caught the tail end of yours, and I was like, oh crap, I'm about to start a live. He's doing a live. It's just perfect. It always is, brother. Between the two of us, the vibration is always there anyway. So, okay, let me announce a raffle winner real quick. I already picked it. I picked it out of the jug. Sharon Pexy, thank you for your incredible update. I think it was two weeks ago. You are our winner of ER Shred gear. I didn't want to bring the canister out here by the fire, so thank you. And I've already reached out to you and let you know that you won the raffle. And so you get ER Shred gear. Thanks for representing. We love you. Thank you. Okay, guys, affordability. I'm going to talk about it. It's important. I'm going to read to you because it helps me rip through these thoughts that I have in quick fashion. Times are tough for a lot of people, not only mentally and emotionally, but financially. We do not posture. Hey guys, I'm going to put it in my ear. Tell me if it sounds better if I have the mic in my chat, whether it sounded better before this or after. Can someone just say what sounds better, this or without the Bluetooth? Anybody? Jesse's giving me the thumbs up like this is better. Anybody else? Thumbs up if this is better. Now, okay, I'm going to just go with Jesse. He doesn't steer me wrong. We do not posture ourselves as though we are so ultra premium that only the people who have the means can afford to do ER Shred. That would be arrogant. It's not our nature to do so. How could we say that our mission is to impact world health if we then turn our backs on people who are of low income? It's a real predicament. Will there be people who can't afford ER Shred? Yes, sadly there will be. Those same people, of course, will find it hard to afford good quality optimal whole foods like grass-fed beef, raw milk, or pastured eggs, all of which have gone up considerably in cost recently. We have hyperinflation at record levels. That is the reality of our society. We as individuals recognize that we didn't choose this per se. It is the lack of vision on the part of politicians and other world leaders. I don't love the saying, it is what it is, so I will just say it is. Please allow me to open up to you from a different angle. I know multimillionaires that eat like total shit because they can't stand to see the cost of food. In fact, I float in these circles, and sadly, many of these people who have the most money are also the most shrewd, the most cheap, and the most selfish as well. So cheap that they can afford to eat really well, and they do not. Why? Because they say, I won't pay for that out of sheer principle. Do we take money with us when we die? We do not. Do we have a lower quality of life in this life if we choose to eat cheap? Absolutely, we do. I was guilty of this for a while there, trying to save money on food all the time, going cheaper. Then I realized something. It was costing me. Saving here is costing me over there. You just can't fully understand it until you have had a self-awareness realization. Is there even really a difference between cheap honey from the grocery store and local raw honey? There is. Is there really a difference between organic produce and not? In most cases, there is. But I don't believe in this country that you can avoid all pesticide spray traces, even with organic. You're just not in the clear. It's our country that is so outdated and mismanaged around these things. We have all been poisoned, and our kids are poisoned every day at school by the foods that they eat. It's just my opinion on why, and based on what I see and what I know, and from my personal research. We are not focused on nutritional value. Where does your money go? Where do you invest that money? Have you ever sat and really looked at your credit card bill and done a hard inventory? Could you transition money that is being spent on things you don't necessarily need and direct it toward better quality food? Could you simplify your lifestyle? Get rid of entertainment things that are frivolous. See what subscriptions you have. Are they necessary? Crystal and I haven't gone on vacation in 3 years, not because we don't want to, but because we have made a conscious effort to redefine what recreation and entertainment look like to us. We have done this out of a place of wanting to transform our mindset from constant consumption and empower ourselves to be stronger around what we were marketed. We ask ourselves all kinds of questions now. Do we want to go to an all-inclusive? Is that really what we want? Or would we rather go and live like in the actual culture and get to know the people and get to know the true, genuine culture? Do we want to buy into all of that tourism and consumption and feed that monster? Or do we want to do something that's a little bit more meaningful? Would that consumerism and tourist part of travel and vacation actually diminish our experience? Do we need that? Did our ancestors need that? What is this that we are teaching our children? Do they really need those $200 and $300 pair of Nike shoes
And if we play that game, the game of keeping up and marketing trends, what message does it send to our kids? Are they not enough without those things? Can they still fulfill their potential without giving into the peer and marketing pressure? I'll stop there, but you can get a, I don't know, I said you can get a pretty damn good pair of shoes for 50 or 60 bucks. Will the Nike shoes actually help you jump higher? No. Will they make you run faster? No. Will they make your peers take notice and say, wow, sick shoes? Yeah, probably. Does that satisfaction really satisfy? No, not ever. You will never be enough if that's the kind of self-esteem stroking that you need. You will never stop buying that expensive stuff, like cars and so forth. You are playing the game in that case. You are a victim of marketing and consumerism, and you don't even know it. So when it comes to diet, do we eat well to be seen? No. Do we eat well to perform better? You're damn right we do. And we value that above all else. We want our minds to be keen and sharp. We want our bodies to be strong and stable, able to perform all that we ask them and with quick recovery. Why? Why do we want this? Well, why wouldn't we? If you can feel better and have more energy and perform anything and everything better, why wouldn't you want to? It's not for the vanity, you see. Compliments can help you work harder and incentivize us to do more. Yes, they can. Do fancy $300 shoes make us want to be better people? It's just things to think about. So all I want you to know is that you replace a ton of food. You're transferring money that you do already spend, I probably can guarantee it, and you will save a ton in other areas. You'll be shocked at what you won't be spending money on that you already do spend. So, with all of that in mind, I hope that that's helpful, because my intention around sharing all of that is, guys, you can't afford not to take your health serious. And ER Shred might not be the way for you. ER Shred is not the one and only way. It never has been, it never will be. That is what's wrong with our world. All of this talk about we're the way, we're the way, we're the answer, we are right, everyone has to be doing it. That's what's wrong with our world. We won't do it. We will not do it. Even the ER shredders that get involved, they'll find personal empowerment, that we leave it open-ended so that they can step into growth of a personal nature. You are your own best life coach. Don't ever forget it. You are your own best personal life coach. And I dare say, that's not diminishing life coaches, but I dare say that, I'm not saying to fire your life coach, but what I do say is I dare say that if you learn how to coach yourself, if you learn how to coach yourself, there's an empowerment there, an empowerment component and piece there that you really could never afford to pay for, because it's priceless. If you can learn to interpret self, you're gonna find a new, well, let me just say this, the old you will die. The old you will die. And you'll look back on it. God damn, where did they go? Where did they go? I watched a video of myself with my children just, I think it was 2 nights ago. Crystal sent it. I'll have to post it on my wall. It's funny. But I watched a video of myself. I thought, fascinating. I recognize that guy, but I am not that guy. I'm not that guy. That guy died. And there's parts of that guy that I'm glad died. Let's put it that way. And I'm sure as I look back at myself now, in the future, I'll probably feel the same way. Hey guys, I love you so much. Please get on the calls this week. The call tomorrow night, Jesse James Jamnick, Shred Your Body. Jesse always says, health is our greatest wealth. Wednesday night, come alive. Be on our call. It's going to be awesome. We're going to recognize some more ER Shred superheroes. And then Thursday night, Bob Sivright, Shredders United. Come on that as well. And I just wanted to talk about my weekend with Lenny. Lenny Evans was in town, and we haven't really had a chance to sit down and like really vibe, all the good ER Shredder stuff and all of that. We've been doing other things, more related to faith transition, which we both experienced. So over the weekend we were doing some faith transition work, but there's something to brewing. There's something to brewing, and everybody that's been involved with ER Shred, everyone, it was fate. It was absolute fate. It cannot be denied. It feels so good. It feels perfect. Early on, it was Bob. Bob and I, discussing how do we form this. It was Jesse and I, and we were talking about, that's funny, because everything we've done in ER Shred, at face value, I know it's kind of ass backwards, upside down, inside out, but it all works for some reason. I hope you're all laughing, 'cause it just doesn't make sense. But Bob got involved, Jesse got involved, Susan got involved, Heather got involved, Adam got involved, Colin, everybody got involved so early on. Like, think about it, Mimi early on. And the fact that everybody the right ones stuck. Lenny was early, really early. And the right ones stuck. Think about that. The right people stick. And the ones who are not right, there's nothing wrong with them. And there's nothing wrong with what we're doing. It just wasn't a fit. And that's okay. That's okay. And we are really the most tolerant community. Like, if you hear anybody talk about ER Shred, we just love people. We dig on people. We want people to feel loved and welcomed. We really don't care anything. I mean, we don't care what you look like. We don't care what your political preferences are. We don't care what your religion is. We don't care about nothing. We love all people, but that doesn't mean we're a fit for all people, and we know that. And that's okay. But I was reminiscing today, because I was talking to Bob at length, and I was reminiscing on all the pieces of ER Shred that have come into being, and I was thinking, damn, like, it's a trip. It's just, and I can only chalk it up to fate, which I'm very grateful for. That's all I can say about that. Crystal and I, we feel unbelievably grateful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you to all of you. And, there's more coming. That's all I can say, is that there's more really good stuff coming, and it's coming, and it's fate. And I think you're going to see what's coming, and it's going to be one of those things where everybody's going to see what's coming in time, and they're going to go, oh shit, why didn't I think of that? It's the same thing that I heard so many people say when we started ER Shred. So many people, they're like, why didn't I think of that? And then you're kind of like, thanks a lot, huh? Appreciate it. That's simple, huh? They're like, that's easy, that's simple. I could have thought of that. Yeah, cool. But that doesn't insult. It's like, that's okay. I'm just glad it makes sense to a lot of people. And there's something coming also in the way of how we help people who want to generate income, how we communicate that, how people Bob's taught me that the messaging is everything. And it really is. The messaging is everything. So if our messaging is on point and it coincides with our content, that's why Shred is meat. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's meat. When we talk about meat, you might say, great presentation, a lot of meat there, very meaty. Well, not only do we eat meat in Shred, but conceptually, it's a meaty concept overall. And there's a lot of parts to it that people don't know. I heard once that the only thing that separates leaders from everybody else is vision. So what has happened? Well, I couldn't have envisioned that all these other people would come on board and help steer this thing. I never, ever could have envisioned that. And yet that's what's happened. Because guess what? I couldn't do that. Why? I got a lot of weaknesses, man. I mean, I do. I've got a lot of shortcomings. I got all kinds of them. I can't stay focused. I easily distracted. I just resent rigid structure, and so it makes it hard to, I know it's hard to pin me down, and a lot of you guys would admit that or acknowledge that. So I know what all my weaknesses are. Being aware of them, becoming aware of them, and owning them, the ownership of them, is Shred. Because this has all only happened to me in the last 2 years, where I can actually admit what I'm good at and admit what I'm not good at. And recognize that other people, like Jesse James Jamnick, is better at some things than me. And that's okay. Bob Sivrite is better than some things than me. And that's okay. Susan Rothman, she's better than some things than me. Better at some things than me, and that's okay. Same with Heather. Same with Lenny. Lenny's got skills and gifts and talents and traits that I don't have. And I kind of envy them. That's probably why I judged him a lot before. I judged him a lot. Does that make sense? I judged him a lot because there were some things there. You can judge because you're projecting. You can judge because you're envious. You start to have self-awareness, and you start to coach yourself. And it's a trip. It's a real trip. For me, it's the only way, because another thing you guys know about me is that I'm just not a very trusting individual. I don't know that I could really do well with a life coach. And I don't say that like from a place of arrogance. I don't know if I don't know, maybe one day, but I do other things to life coach, and maybe some of you can begin to appreciate what I'm talking about. I've become so observant of myself, and I've learned to observe myself through my wife's eyes, and I start to really pick up on what parts of me are not so savory, and what parts of me I need to acknowledge, what parts of me I need to let fall away, just fall away, let it go. And I feel like in the last 2 years, I've really become a better person. If I could toot my own horn, I've really become a better person. How many of you in Shred could say, you really are a better person? Well, guess what? I already know. Everybody watching this, all the people that I see, all the people that I am aware of, I know you have become a better person. Or you've become a new version of yourself. Maybe that's the way to frame it. You have become a new version of yourself. The old you is dead. Dead. And thank God. Because thank God the old me is dead. And I hope this me dies and I become something new and even more in tune. I'm not going to say better, because there really is no better. But just become even more in tune with what this is all about, what I'm all about, what my role is. There's so much depth here. I love you guys. It's Valentine's Day. Can you just bathe in the depth, the meat? Just bathe in it, just shower in it, just think about it, because the depth for me, the meat, is what is utmost important about ER Shred. At face value, we look like a bunch of lunatics that brag about eating meat. That's at face value. Because we're just, and at face value, we probably look like a bunch of people that are a little too authentic. Am I right? Like, a little too much information there. But I believe we were our true selves at one point in our life. At one point in our life, we were our true selves. It's when we were young. I think it was probably when we were like 4, 5, 6. We knew who we were, and I bet you we really liked who we were. I bet you we liked ourselves so much that we very rarely ever even had to say, do I like myself? We weren't even tall enough to look in that goddamn mirror. Think about that. Self-worth, looking in the mirror. Think about that. I've been thinking about it because my cat likes to drink out of the faucet. Well, when the cat drinks out of the faucet, Koba, he wiggles his head and he splashes water all over the mirror. I put something over the mirror so that my cat can have his water fall out of the sink, which he drinks out of it for like 10 minutes straight. It's hilarious. Plays in it. And I have no mirror. None. It's pretty ridiculous looking, but it saves me having to clean the mirror because I just love that he does that. Try it. Put something over your mirror. I'm not saying you should rock the unibrow. I mean, I got to be careful because that thing will grow in about 3 or 4 days. I don't know. No, but but all I'm saying is try it. When we were little kids, we were our true selves. Let's turn into little kids again, even more. Show me you as a little kid. What does that look like? Hey, Jason Young. Hey, look at this. Look at my toys. Look what I got. What do you got? Let's trade. How were we as kids? Like, think about it. Like, what did that look like? I'll tell you what it looked like. Let you be you. Did you know that's the absolute #1 example of honesty? To be you as you are. Let it all go. Just let it all go. Let it all go. The facade. Just be you. Be a little kid again. Let's do that. That's fun. Let's have fun with that. Show me that. That's why Mimi Terrell is the heart of Shred, because I guarantee. Oh, I almost dropped an F word, and I'm not allowed to do that. Because if I do that, then Jesse's going to do that. And if Jesse's doing that on the calls, then I get the complaints that. All right, I'm not going to drop the F-bomb. But show me you as a kid, and I can tell you this much. I'm becoming more and more and more me as a kid. I just don't know if I'm there yet. I can't say if I'm there yet, and I can't say that I'll try, because being you does not require trying. It's really different if you think about it. In order to be your true self, you have to stop trying. So you can't say, I'll try to be myself. You got to stop trying to be what you're not. And I'm trying to stop being what I'm not. And thank you for loving me the way I am. I love you guys. Bye-bye.